these head teachers around me are currently in court. They are trying to get the court to rule on a matter that was recently taken by the Ghana Education Service over the charging of fees, whether it was legal or not. They say they should have gone through a process, a disciplinary process, per the rules of the Ghana Education Service, but they didn't go through that. So they're in court to get the court to rule on the matter. But let me bring in these women who are also head teachers, obviously affected by the latest development. Madams, welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
You seem very sad. How are you taking this issue?
I think the whole issue is disheartening because, like my brother said, we were not made to go through the due process. And you know that as human as we are, emotionally, psychologically, physically, is going to affect us. And so we are here for justice to prevail. That is all. That's why we are here. We are not here to fight GES. We are not here to do anything bad. But we think that there is high time justice prevails in our country. So that is why we are here. Thank you very much.
How have you coped with this demotion, which we're told is demoralizing to all of you? How have you coped so far? Being a headmistress, I presume, and then now sent back to the classroom.
I'm a Christian. And so I believe that in every situation I have to give thanks to God. It's very painful, but I need to get adjusted to the situation. It's very painful because the school in which I am, even a table and a chair to sit on, it's very difficult. I hardly get a chair to sit on. And being a head teacher for about 6 years, going through that kind of ordeal, it's not going to be easy for me. But then with God on our side, we believe that His will be done. Thank you.
What are your expectations? Are you hoping this action will be overturned by coming to court?
Like I said previously, it is justice that we want. The question is, were we treated fairly? Are we the only head teachers who collected the money in the country? When you go to all other districts, you'll find out that almost all head teachers collected the money. So there, and our case, the painful aspect is that we were compelled to refund the money, of which we did. We refunded the money, and yet they want to use us as scapegoats. Why Ghana West? Why Ghana North? Why do they want to use us when other districts also did the same thing? So that is why we are in court, so that justice prevails. That is all we want from the country. Thank you very much.
So we know you're in court today over a number of issues to do with charging fees that the Ghana Education Service says you were not supposed to do that. What happened with this story?
Actually, because the case is in court, we would not like to go into the detail because it's sub judice. But what we want to say is that no matter what, every citizen of the land is expected to be put through the due process, irrespective of your contention. We believe if we have been subjected to due process, maybe we wouldn't have gotten here. But because we cannot use our might, we cannot use our force to do whatever, to counteract whatever GES is doing, we thought it right as a civil community. We should bring it to the court, for the court to adjudicate on it, for everybody to see what is right and what is wrong. Because there are people amongst us who have served Ghana for about 30 years at the pinnacle of their career. Some of them are about to retire in February. And you do this to them, the damage that goes to the core. As I'm talking to you, my sister, there are a lot of our people who have other opportunities. But because of this case, you cannot get. Assuming I come to Citi looking for a job, and you want to do a background search about me, and you go and find out I was once a head teacher, and I was sent to a classroom, you definitely will know that I may have done something wrong. But if I've not been taken through the process, how will you know? So we should all bring everything, the clarity to the public, for everybody to see through the court. Whether we committed offense or not, the court will decide on that. And even if we have committed offense, were you taken through the due process, every Ghanaian is entitled to fair trial.
What kind of due process were you hoping to have gone through?
We have GES, as part of our regulation, we have disciplinary committees. So if a crime is committed, you subject the person to a disciplinary procedure, and that place, a person is able to provide. And maybe you may understand that a person may even be carrying a lawful order unknown to you. But when you take the person through that process, you get to appreciate it, and maybe it wouldn't be any problem after all.
So you had some aggrieved teachers, head teachers. We'll be speaking to more of them as we go. But Ghana Rice they be, yes, it they be. I'm sure you're well aware of our campaign to get all of us to eat locally grown rice here in Ghana. Let me bring in my colleague Zoe Abubedu Ado, who is on that story, to bring us details on the latest that government is doing to ensure that we eat locally grown rice.